Chosen one. What you are about to hear is not simply another message. This is a divine summons, a call that has been carefully orchestrated by heaven itself to reach you at this precise moment. You are not here by accident. You are not here because of coincidence or curiosity. No, this is covenantal, a sacred alignment between your heart and the purposes of God. The Spirit has been pursuing you relentlessly, moving behind the scenes, whispering in your silent moments, nudging your soul toward revelation, even when you thought you were alone. Tonight, heaven has made certain that you will hear Him loud and clear. Perhaps you have wondered why God seems distant. You've prayed often in darkness, carrying burdens, silently wondering if your cries were even heard. Let me tell you this. His silence is not absence. It is strategy. Every quiet moment, every tear shed in secret, every act of courage unseen by others has been noted and honored by Him. God sees the depth of your faith that you yourself may not always recognize. He knows the weight you have carried, the battles fought behind closed doors, and the tenderness you have preserved in a world that often demands hardness. He knows your exhaustion, your frustration, and the resilience of your spirit that has refused to give up even when hope seemed distant. Before the morning light breaks, a shift is coming. God has scheduled a divine encounter, a visitation that will confirm what He has always known about you. This is a promise of peace, clarity, and reassurance that you are not forgotten, not overlooked, and certainly not abandoned. Your prayers are being answered in ways that may surprise you, in ways only heaven could orchestrate. As you receive this word, I invite you to respond in faith. Type Amen in the comments or declare it aloud, agreeing with heaven's message over your life. Let your spirit open fully to what is coming, and stay with me until the end, because we will enter into a prayer together, a prayer that could mark the turning point you have been waiting for. Tonight, the night of waiting, of quiet endurance, begins to give way to a new dawn of revelation, alignment, and divine intervention. Even when the world cannot see the full weight you carry, God sees it all. He notices the silent battles that go unseen, the struggles you endure behind closed doors, the moments when your heart aches but your face remains composed. People may misinterpret your choices, judge your actions superficially, or fail to grasp the depth of your endurance, yet nothing escapes the notice of heaven. Every whispered prayer, every act of obedience performed in secret, every tear shed in quiet surrender, God discerns it all. He does not merely observe what you do. He understands why you do it. The motives of your heart, the intentions behind your patience, the faith that keeps you moving when all seems lost. These are recorded in the treasury of heaven. Jesus Himself illustrated this intimate knowledge when He declared, "I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep, and my sheep know me." John 10:14. That word "know" is profound. It is not casual or distant. It speaks of a complete, intimate understanding, of seeing fully, comprehending deeply, and embracing wholly. While human eyes often miss the true story, God interprets it accurately. He knows the struggle behind your silence, the courage behind your prayers, the resilience behind your continued faith. Your life in all its quiet suffering and hidden obedience is a sacred manuscript written before Him, treasured and honored. Psalm 56:8 reminds us, "You have kept track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book." Heaven has never ignored your pain. What seems unnoticed by human eyes has always been acknowledged by divine ones. And the promise is this: what God has been quietly recording in secret is about to be revealed openly. The moments you felt unseen, misunderstood, or overlooked are being prepared to manifest as testimonies of clarity, restoration, and affirmation. What has been hidden in the shadows of your endurance will shine in the light of heaven's revelation. This is your reassurance. Your faith, your persistence, your silent obedience has not been wasted. God sees what others miss, and He is about to honor it openly. Everything you have endured quietly is now positioned to become the very platform from which your purpose and calling are revealed. What feels like silence in your life is not a void. It is a sacred pause orchestrated by God. Often the periods where your efforts seem unseen, your prayers unanswered, or your presence overlooked are exactly when heaven is at work behind the scenes. Esther, the young orphan placed in obscurity within a palace, serves as a timeless model of this truth. For years, her identity remained hidden, her purpose unseen. Yet all along, God was positioning her for a moment that would change the course of a nation. What appeared to be insignificance was actually divine preparation. Her quietness was strategy, her obscurity a setup. In the same way, your hidden seasons carry weight far beyond what you can comprehend today. The silence you endure is not rejection, and the obscurity you face is not failure. These moments are carefully calibrated by God to form endurance, deepen faith, and refine character. The things that cannot yet withstand public exposure are being strengthened in private. God is shaping your heart, your mind, and even your environment so that when the time comes, what emerges will be strong, radiant, and fully aligned with His purpose. Every delay, every overlooked effort, every tear shed in private is being used to prepare you for a revelation too significant to be rushed. Rejection from others, being passed over, or walking in perceived obscurity are not signs that you are forgotten or abandoned. On the contrary, they are the hallmarks of a divine design. Heaven often works quietly like a craftsman behind the curtain, removing what is unfit, reinforcing what is enduring, and orchestrating outcomes that human eyes cannot yet perceive. Just as Esther's hidden presence eventually became the pivotal instrument for salvation, your current hidden season is fertile ground for breakthrough. What seems delayed is deliberate. What seems dark is actually being illuminated in preparation for the right moment. This is your assurance, as God is not absent in your silence. He is active, strategic, and intimately involved in every hidden detail of your journey. Your current season is wholly set apart and essential. Reframe your waiting not as insignificance, but as sacred preparation. What has been hidden will soon be revealed, and the strength you gain in this quiet will carry you into the fullness of your destiny, unshakable and ready. Delay is often mistaken for denial, and pain is frequently perceived as punishment. Yet in the kingdom of God, both are instruments of divine formation. Consider Moses, who wandered the wilderness for 40 years before he led a nation. Those years of isolation, uncertainty, and hardship were not wasted. They were formative. God used that extended period of delay to cultivate endurance, deepen faith, and strengthen character. Every detour, every moment of waiting, every season of hardship carried design. Nothing was random. Nothing was overlooked. What broke Moses in one season became the very platform through which he carried God's promise into the world. Your current season of waiting frustration or unseen struggle is not outside God's plan. It is a sacred workshop where strength is being tempered, faith is being refined, and purpose is being clarified. The silent battles you've endured, the tears shed in secrecy, and the moments of exhaustion are all being harvested by God. He is gathering what seemed broken and using it to construct resilience, endurance, and wisdom that no immediate success or instant breakthrough could cultivate. Just as the wilderness strengthened Moses, your wilderness is preparing you for a destiny too significant to be rushed or untested. Pain, though uncomfortable, is not wasted. It functions as a divine sculptor's chisel, shaping character, revealing persistence, and rooting your trust in God rather than circumstance. Every trial contains lessons that cannot be learned in ease. Every heartbreak carries insights that cannot be received in comfort. The Lord sees these hidden processes, and He is orchestrating them with meticulous precision, ensuring that when the time of breakthrough arrives, you are fully equipped to walk into it with clarity, courage, and confidence. Now is the moment to recognize that the tide is shifting. What has felt stagnant will begin to move. What has seemed delayed will manifest. God is transitioning you from a season of preparation to a season of positioning. The strength, endurance, and faith forged in silence will become the pillars upon which your next chapter is built. Your story, once written in tears and trial, is about to emerge as a testament to divine craftsmanship. The pain was never punishment. The delay, never denial. Both were formation, and the shift is already underway. There are seasons when God's hand is active, even though the world perceives only stillness. The silence you have felt is not neglect. It is insulation, protection, and preparation. What grows in the dark requires time away from the spotlight. God hides His work because the weight of what He is building is too great to be exposed prematurely. Like precious metal in the refining fire, you are being purified, not destroyed. Every trial, every moment of quiet waiting is part of a divine construction project that only heaven fully comprehends. The scriptures remind us in Habakkuk 2:3 that the vision has an appointed time, and though it lingers, it will not delay. What has been hidden in stillness is on the verge of emergence. God's delay is never indifference. It is precision. He is stripping away distractions, refining character, and preparing vessels for a glory that cannot be contained by half-formed readiness. The fire you have walked through, the trials that seemed unbearable, were all tools of purification. They were not punishments, but essential elements to ensure that when promotion comes, you will carry it without collapse. Every tear, every whispered prayer, every unnoticed act of faithfulness has been recorded. God has been watching from a vantage point that sees the entire scope of your journey. While others judged, overlooked, or misunderstood, heaven recognized the value of the hidden process. What was quiet, unseen, or delayed has been under careful cultivation. The parts of you that could not bear the weight of glory are being reshaped, and the aspects that needed strengthening are being fortified. Soon, what has grown in the shadows will shine in the light. Your preparation is complete. The fire that once seemed like it might consume you has instead become a refining blaze that purifies your spirit, clarifies your purpose, and strengthens your resolve. The hidden work in your life is not insignificant. It is sacred. God is building something too holy for premature exposure, and every moment of stillness is part of His masterful plan. When the appointed time arrives, the breakthrough will not only be visible, it will be undeniable. Your story, once hidden in silence, is about to be revealed as a testament to God's precision, patience, and power. There are moments when heaven feels silent, when your prayers seem to bounce off walls, and your cries dissolve into the stillness. Yet this silence is not abandonment. God's quiet is not indifference. It is intentional, strategic, and deeply attentive. Every pause, every moment of seeming inactivity is the Spirit working in ways that transcend human understanding. What you cannot voice, what your heart struggles to articulate, heaven interprets. The groanings of your soul, the silent tears shed in private, are sacred communications that reach the ears of God long before words are formed on your tongue. In Romans 8:26, we are reminded that the Spirit helps in our weakness with groanings too deep for words. Your sighs, your whispers, your broken prayers, they are not lost or overlooked. They are the ink with which God records the intentions, faith, and endurance of your heart. Every act of hidden obedience, every tear that falls in silence, every moment you chose trust over despair is being translated into the language of the divine. The very depth of your struggle becomes a testimony, an offering of faith that heaven has long acknowledged. Delay is not denial. The waiting you have endured, the moments you questioned whether heaven heard you, were not meaningless. They were seasons of alignment shaping your heart, clarifying your spirit, and preparing you for the breakthrough that is coming. What seems like absence is actually divine orchestration setting the stage for timing that cannot be rushed. The Spirit has been quietly arranging your steps, closing doors that would have hindered your destiny, and opening rooms you have yet to enter. Every unspoken hope, every ache in the midnight hour, every whispered, "Lord, I don't even know how to pray anymore." He knows them all. Psalm 139:4 reminds us that before a word is on our tongue, God knows it completely. Your hidden pain, your unseen endurance, and your quiet faithfulness are not wasted. Heaven has been interpreting your soul, preparing the moment when what was private will become public, when what was delayed will become a revelation. The silence you felt was never absence. It was alignment, refinement, and sacred preparation for the glory that is about to manifest. The nights you have endured, the long stretches of silence and waiting, are not permanent. Just as Hannah's years of barrenness were appointed to prepare her for the birth of a prophet, your season of quiet is strategically designed for your breakthrough. Every tear shed in the dark, every prayer whispered in private, every moment of seeming stillness has been part of a sacred pause orchestrated by God. The night has an expiration date, chosen one, and the morning you have been longing for is closer than you realize. Stillness is not stagnation. It is a hidden space where heaven translates the language of your heart. What looks like silence to the world is actually divine activity behind the scenes. God does not misread your endurance, your obedience, or your faith. He sees the weight you carry, the battles no one else recognizes, and the persistence that keeps you standing when every reason tells you to fall. Your night is not neglect. It is refinement, preparation, and alignment. Every unanswered prayer is a divine pause, a calibration of timing, so that when dawn comes, it arrives with precision, clarity, and favor that could never have emerged earlier. There is a law in the kingdom of God. Night must give way to morning storm, must yield to stillness and pain, must surrender to purpose. The pressure you feel now is evidence that the breakthrough is near. Heaven intensifies the waiting not to punish, but to amplify your readiness. The heaviness, the tension, the uncertainty, They are refining instruments, shaping you to fully receive what is coming. Your faith is being tested not to break you, but to stretch you, to prepare your spirit for a joy and clarity that can only come after the silence. The dawn is preordained. It cannot be delayed beyond its appointed time. The sorrow that has weighed on your heart will be transformed into a platform for testimony. The rejection that felt like a verdict will become a stage for victory. The struggles you endured alone will become a beacon of hope for others. Your night has been finite, chosen one, and your morning is about to rise. Heaven is ready to unveil what it has long been preparing in secrecy. Stand firm, remain faithful, and hold your posture, because the expiration date of your night has arrived, and the light that follows will shine brighter than you ever imagined. To move into the fullness of what God has prepared, you must first release what no longer belongs. The weight of guilt, shame, bitterness, and fear has kept your heart tethered to the past, slowing the momentum of your breakthrough. These burdens, though heavy, are not meant to accompany you into the new season that heaven has ordained. Letting go is not optional, it is essential. Each chain you release creates space for God to fill with His peace, clarity, and divine purpose. Forgiveness becomes the key that unlocks freedom. Forgiveness of those who hurt you, those who misunderstood you, even forgiveness of yourself, is not a concession. It is an act of spiritual liberation. When you forgive, you stop carrying the baggage of yesterday and make room for the assignments of today. A lightened heart becomes fertile ground where God can plant seeds of destiny that will grow into fruit visible not just to you, but to generations that follow. Your next step, your next call cannot be received while your hands are clenched around what belongs to the past. This act of release is also an act of commissioning. God is not merely comforting you in your exhaustion. He is positioning you. Every act of surrender, every prayer of letting go is a signal that you are ready to receive the next level of His work in your life. The heaviness you once carried will become the very platform from which your purpose is revealed. What once weighed you down will now become wings that enable you to soar into the assignments God has long been preparing. Releasing the old is a declaration of trust. Trust that God knows the timing, that He sees the unseen, and that His plans are perfect. It is a spiritual posture of readiness, a statement that you are done with what hinders and fully open to what He brings. Your heart, unburdened and aligned, is now capable of carrying the glory and responsibility of the new season. Chosen one, the chains are falling, the door is opening, and the horizon is waiting. Step through with courage, knowing that letting go is not the end. It is the invitation to step fully into the sacred and unstoppable destiny that God has prepared for you. Every act of faithfulness you performed in secret has been noticed by heaven, even when the world seemed indifferent. The nights you stayed obedient when no one was watching, the prayers whispered into silence, the acts of kindness done without recognition, God has recorded them all. What you thought was unnoticed was actually under divine scrutiny, and today, heaven is preparing to reward that hidden faithfulness openly. The timing is perfect, for God never wastes devotion, diligence, or endurance exercised in secret. Even the smallest beginnings, the quiet seeds sown in patience and obedience, are about to be honored. Zechariah 4:10 reminds us not to despise small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work start. Every small step you took, every effort made in the hidden corners of life is part of a grander tapestry that heaven is now ready to unveil. Your diligence, though unseen by human eyes, has not escaped the attention of the One who holds eternity. God stands as your advocate and promoter. Those who doubted, ignored, or belittled your efforts will witness what heaven has always known. Your faithfulness was never in vain. The very chains that seemed to hold you back were the chains that refined you, and now they are breaking as doors begin to open. Delay was not denial. It was a divine reservation, keeping you safe, building capacity, and perfecting timing. The waiting, though heavy at times, was not punishment, but preparation. What is about to manifest is not only for your personal breakthrough, but for a generational reward. Heaven is positioning you to be a conduit of blessing, a living testimony that faithfulness, perseverance, and quiet devotion produce fruit beyond the present moment. Your story will inspire uplift and empower those who come after you. The promise is clear. The hidden is now stepping into the light, the private into the public, and the faithful into favor. Chosen one, embrace this revelation. Celebrate the quiet victories. Trust the invisible hand that has guided you, and stand ready to receive what heaven has been holding in reservation. Your hidden obedience is no longer hidden. The reward is near, and the impact will echo across generations. Heaven is now initiating a divine exchange within you, chosen one. Every ounce of exhaustion, every tear shed in silence, every moment you carried burdens that were never yours to bear, God is transforming them into endurance. The weight that once pressed you down is being lifted, replaced with strength and resilience that will carry you into new realms of purpose. This is not a return to what you have already known. It is a rebuild, a reconstruction of your life with a foundation fortified by the lessons of yesterday and the wisdom of your hidden battles. The vision ahead is brighter than what you previously imagined. God is renewing your eyes to see opportunities that were always part of your covenant courage, to step into assignments that once intimidated you, and peace to walk boldly, even when the path seems uncertain. Your spirit, which may have felt weary, is now ignited with clarity. Every doubt, every question about your worth, every fear of inadequacy is being replaced by the truth of who you are in Him. You are chosen not because of perfection, but because of perseverance. You are seen not because the world applauded, but because heaven never missed a single act of obedience. This new assignment carries significance beyond personal gain. It is a call to influence, to be a vessel of light and hope for others walking through unseen battles. God is entrusting more to you because He knows you can handle it. Your identity is no longer defined by the past. It is reaffirmed in the unshakable truth of your divine selection. You are unstoppable, equipped with spiritual insight, fortified through patience, and sharpened by the very fires that once threatened to break you. Take heart, for what is being built in you is greater than what you have left behind. The Lord is orchestrating every detail of your renewal. The old has served its purpose. Now, the new is rising. Stand ready to walk into it with intention, gratitude, and a surrendered spirit. Your next chapter is not just a continuation, it is a transformation. Your story is being rewritten by heaven, and the world will witness the power of God's faithfulness through your life. Living the Word daily is the path through which quiet consistency brings transformation, chosen one. This is not about grand gestures or dramatic moments. It is about showing up faithfully in the ordinary, mundane spaces of life. Walking with purpose, not under pressure, allows your spirit to align with heaven's rhythm. Each step you take in obedience, even when unseen, unrewarded, or unnoticed, builds momentum in the unseen realm, preparing you for the manifest blessings that are already on their way. The small acts of faithfulness, The whispered prayers while making coffee, the moment of worship in the car. The conscious choice to forgive these are the stones that construct your spiritual foundation. Daily prayer and worship are not rituals to check off, but lifelines to the heart of God. Through them, your soul is fortified, your mind is anchored, and your spirit is renewed. As you choose to forgive those who have hurt you, you release chains that once bound your heart, making space for fresh joy and divine guidance. Protecting your peace becomes a spiritual discipline, not an optional luxury. Boundaries, intentional quiet, and the refusal to carry the weight of negativity are the armor for your heart, allowing you to remain steadfast even when the world seems chaotic. Rest, too, is sacred restoration. It is not laziness, but a deliberate act of trust in God's timing and provision. As you pause, reflect, and rejuvenate, you give heaven room to work in your life. You honor the sacred process, understanding that transformation is cumulative. It is built moment by moment, day by day, not through fleeting moments of inspiration alone. Remember, you are not behind. You are right on time for what heaven has prepared. Every delay, every pause, every silent night has been part of aligning you with your divine assignment. The life you are stepping into is the product of faithful daily living, consistency in obedience, and trust in God's perfect timing. The small, steady steps you take today are the precursors to the breakthroughs of tomorrow. Live intentionally, walk faithfully, and let heaven's rhythm shape your every moment. Your time is now, and your journey is unfolding exactly as it should. Now is the moment to move from hearing to encountering Chosen One. This is your sacred pause, a transition from receiving a message to stepping into a divine experience. Wherever you are, at home, in your car, at work, pause with intention. Create holy space in the midst of your everyday life. Lift your heart, quiet your mind, and open your spirit fully to the presence of God. This is not a routine, but a divine invitation to speak, to listen, and to receive what heaven has been preparing for you in silence. Let every distraction fall away and make room for the whisper of the Spirit, who interprets what your words cannot express. As you enter this sacred pause, surrender your burdens, your doubts, and your weariness. Align your heart with the rhythm of heaven and prepare to receive a touch, a word, or a shift that could mark the turning point you've been waiting for. This is your divine encounter, chosen one, intentional, holy, and life-transforming. As we draw this sacred message to a close, Chosen One, heaven is inviting you to step fully into a prophetic moment of prayer and sealing. This is more than words. It is a divine activation, a spiritual handshake with the Father who knows your heart completely. Begin by releasing every burden, every weight you were never meant to carry. Lay down guilt, shame, fear, and regret at His feet. Let go of yesterday's failures, the unseen struggles, and the unanswered questions. In this moment, allow the Spirit to breathe new life into places of exhaustion, to ignite courage where there was doubt, and to restore peace in the chambers of your soul. Receive the promise of a new heart, tender yet steadfast, alive, and responsive to God's calling. Accept a new rhythm that aligns with heaven's timing, a rhythm that prepares you for your assignments, for the breakthroughs, for the divine opportunities already in motion. Declare aloud that the night of waiting, of silence, of hidden battles is coming to an end. Heaven is shifting. Your story is entering a new chapter. Commit to walking in purpose, obedience, and unwavering faith, knowing that God has been orchestrating every step, even when the path seemed unclear. This prayer, spoken in the authority of Jesus' name, seals your heart, your spirit, and your destiny. Now, chosen one, engage your faith in action. Type in the comments. Tonight, I'm laying down on and fill in what you are surrendering to God, be it pain, fear, or anything holding you back. Let this be your declaration of trust and release. Subscribe, stay connected, and continue walking in the rhythm of heaven, knowing that your journey is part of a larger divine story. Remember, heaven has not forgotten you. Your dawn is closer than you think, and the light of God's favor is breaking over your life even now. Step forward with confidence, for what has been hidden in the dark is rising into the fullness of God's glory.